What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Easter is just around the corner and that means it's ham season. So today I'm going to show you my easy and delicious recipe for a bourbon, maple, and brown sugar glazed ham. Now I'm going to be honest with you, growing up I was never really a big fan of these cooked hams. They just, I don't know, never really tasted that good to me. But now having my own recipes, it's a great way to really amplify the flavor on these and make them delicious. And the best part is it's super easy and quick. These hams, this is a spiral cut ham. They are pre-cooked and really all that we're doing is just warming it up on the grill and infusing it with some of that smoky flavor. And then we're gonna create that delicious glaze to go on the end. And it's just gonna be delicious. That good mix of sweet, salty, savory. It's it's really, really tasty. Now, a lot of times these hams will come with a glaze in the packaging like this one. You know, a lot of times it's not really that good. It's just kind of a lot of artificial ingredients. So I'm gonna toss this and we're gonna make our own and it's going to be a lot better. So let's start by taking this guy out of the packaging. Ooh, there it goes. Now you can get these pre-sliced or whole. This one is spiral cut, and what that means is that there were cuts made around the ham all around this bone, so it's just easier to serve once it's cooked. I suggest that's the one that you get if you're gonna buy one of these. It just makes serving and prepping it a lot easier. So let's take this guy out. Yeah, Jax is very curious. See, so you can see the cuts here, right? So it's pre-sliced. I'm gonna put this ham on this wire rack. It just makes it easier to put on the grill and take it off. And there we go. There is our beautiful spiral cut ham. So you've got the bone going through the center. And again, this thing is pre-cooked. So all that we're doing is just warming it up on the grill, infusing it with some of that smoky flavor. And then we're gonna finish it off with that glaze to really make it shine. First up, I'm gonna hit it with a little W sauce. I've been using this stuff now for a couple of weeks and it's really good. It's like a improved version of the classic Worcestershire sauce. And this will act as our binder. So I'm just gonna pour this and rub this all around my ham, because before it goes on the grill, I'm gonna hit it with a little seasoning, again, to make it more flavorful. You know, a lot of times on their own, these hams are just kind of bland. This makes it so much better and tastier. Plus, you can try different flavor profiles, try different recipes, do like fruit glazes. We do have a video with a pineapple ham, which was really tasty. Now for the seasoning, using this guy here, this is my brand new, coming very soon, maple bourbon rub. Okay, this should be out in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for more info. Sweet, savory, and this stuff is amazing on hams. So all that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sprinkle generously on the outside and just kind of press that in, and then you can open up the slices a little bit and just get some of that rub in between there. Smells so good already. You can smell the maple, that natural bourbon flavor. I'm doing this recipe on my grill, but you can also do the same recipe in your oven. You just won't get that smoky flavor out of your ham, which I think is one of the benefits of cooking this outside. Okay, that's looking pretty good. You can see that rub is already starting to sweat. Little sugar is melting, getting nice and sticky. Even on its own, just like this, if I were to cook this as is, not make any glaze, it'll be so much better than just using the pre-packaged stuff and not adding any seasoning to it. Now I'm gonna leave it on the rack. Again, just makes it easier to put it on the grill and take it off. So let's get it on and we'll get it going. For this cook, I am using my extra large big green egg. It's been a minute since we used this guy, so I figure it'd be a good grill to cook our ham on. So this goes right on the grate. The grill is cruising at about 250 to 275 degrees. It's set up for indirect grilling, meaning I have the plate setter, have a little drip pan, and the grate. Now I'm gonna close the lid and I'll leave this ham on until it reaches just about 140 degrees internal before I glaze it. So that's probably gonna take about 3 hours or so. And it's gonna create this beautiful crust on the outside, infuse that smokiness, and it's gonna be really good. Ham is on, so now we can get started on our delicious glaze. And this is really easy to put together. So I'm gonna start with some brown sugar. And you can adjust these ratios to your liking, but I like my glaze to be a little more on the thick side so it gets nice and sticky. So I'm gonna go with about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar. Next, I'm gonna add a little Dijon mustard for that savory flavor, a little tanginess. Next, I've got Ohio's finest maple syrup. I picked this up from the Amish last year, and it's a really good maple syrup. I didn't even know Ohio was known for maple syrup, but we're gonna go with the same amount of maple syrup as the brown sugar, a couple tablespoons of butter, some more of our maple bourbon rub, about a tablespoon or so, and finally we're gonna go with some bourbon. I'm using this Weller Special Reserve fresh bottle. Smells really nice. And again, about the same as the maple syrup and the brown sugar, so about a half a cup or so. So that's gonna be our glaze. I'm gonna whisk this together, bring this inside, put it on the stove, and just let this simmer for about 10-15 minutes. Let the sugar dissolve, the butter will melt, we'll cook out the alcohol from the bourbon, and I'm gonna pour this over our ham during the last maybe 15-20 minutes of the cooking process, and it's going to be delicious. Ham has been on for about 3 hours, and I've got my sauce or glaze ready to go. So again, just simmered on the stove. As you can see, it's getting nice and thick, kind of syrupy, which is what we're looking for. So let's take a look at our ham. Ooh, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful color. That fat is rendering out, getting crispy on the edges. So right now, this thing is temping right around 145 internal, which is the perfect time to start glazing. So I'm just gonna take my sauce and start to pour this right over the top and just let that drip down. It's nice and thick, syrupy. Ooh. Then you can take a small brush and just get right here in those slices. You wanna get as much of that glaze in that ham as we can, because that'll caramelize and create this beautiful flavor crust on the outside. There we go. Let's do this side. I promise you guys, this will be better than any store-bought glaze or any of those packets that come with the ham. This is packed full of flavor, smells amazing, looks so good. So now I'm gonna close the lid and let this cook until the ham reaches about 155 internal. We'll pull it off, rest it, and it's gonna be ready to go. My ham is ready, so I brought this inside, rested it for about 20 minutes, and it is smelling and looking absolutely amazing. You smell the bourbon, the maple syrup. It is glistening, sticky. So yeah, let's just dig right into it. Now, this one was already pre-sliced, right? So you can see the bone right here in the center. You can see the individual slices. So if you're serving this at your dinner table, the best way to carve it up is to just take your knife and cut right around the bone to remove the individual slices. Let's start it right here. Okay, so just make your way around the ham. Oh, look at that. That beautiful tender meat. You have this amazing crust from the glaze on the outside. These right here are my favorite parts. Little crispy edges. Let's just go for this one right here. Wow. Oh my God. It's like pork candy. A little crispy, nice and sweet, a little salty from the ham. You get that maple syrup, the brown sugar, the bourbon. Let's get a proper slice out here. Got a little bit more. So, look at this. It is just steaming. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Wow. Oh my God. This is so good. If you're not a fan of hams, you're gonna love this. This is perfect for everybody. Sweet, salty, savory. Oh my God. And so easy to make. And again, the best part, these hams are already cooked, so we're just warming it up on the grill, infusing it with some extra smoke, applying our beautiful glaze. Oh, just look how sticky this is. Oh my gosh. Ooh, let's cut it right here. Absolutely amazing. Oh. Wow. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Highly recommend you guys try this recipe because it is so good. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get all the notifications, and I will see you next time. Wow. So good.